We're good? We're live? All right, so I wanted to do this one because I'm getting people calling me and messaging me in regards to Ron Vaillant's video and his evaluation of the Alberta Prosperity Project and how he suggests that it's a Trojan horse. So because of the amount of calls I'm getting and messages, I thought it might be a good idea to do a quick video, quick live stream just in regards to what Ron was talking about and what I think is a misevaluation. I get it. I understand what Ron is talking about. And at the end of the day, every point that Ron makes in his video is solid and it's based on correct information. But what I don't agree with, because I know Dennis Modry, I know Chris Scott, and I know Dr. Roger Hodkinson, and I believe them to be men of integrity. I don't believe they are setting up an entity to screw over the people of Alberta. I don't believe that. In fact, the opposite is what I believe. That doesn't mean that they cannot that they're wrong. It doesn't mean that they're not wrong. They can be wrong, and I think they are, and Ron identifies that in his video. He identifies some problems in what Dennis Modry has said, and specifically in regards to how the UN will be there to support the nation state of Alberta, or Alberta and Saskatchewan, or Alberta, Saskatchewan and northern British Columbia, the interior, however it works out. That somehow the UN will be there to support them because international legislation exists to support landlocked countries getting resources to tidewater or getting resources from tidewater. This is where Dennis is, in my opinion, very wrong. The UN is not going to support a nation state like Alberta and Saskatchewan, who are chock full of resources, to get those resources to tidewater through British Columbia. The last thing the UN will do is support an oil and gas nation. They're not going to do it. That legislation that he's referring to is legislation where they'll help third world countries, like, for example, like Afghanistan. They'll ensure that Afghanistan can get its resources to tidewater because their nation depends on it. Their nation depends on it to eat, to survive. Alberta, Saskatchewan would not be seen or viewed as a third world country. So that's the first, that's the first point. Again, Ron makes a lot of good points when it comes to UNDRIP. Could be a little ignorant to what UNDRIP means and what it represents, and I think that's the case. I don't think they're purposely trying to mislead people. I think it's just a matter of they haven't studied UNDRIP like Ron Vaillant has, or as much as I have, and so I'm a little bit more charitable than Ron. I think we need to give these folks the benefit of the doubt and maybe reach out to them and have a conversation with them and maybe identify some issues where they're, maybe mistaken or misinformed, and maybe, play a role in changing some of their language. I think that's probably more helpful than creating a video where you're essentially labeling them a Trojan horse. Um, so again, this video isn't pro or against any of these individuals, Ron included. But I think it needed some clarification. I think it needed some sober thought, and we have to be careful when we're labeling people that are trying to do what's best for people. And I think that's what the APP is doing in Alberta. And let's face it, it is about information and education, but you have to understand these issues before presenting a platform, before presenting a solution, and relying on the UN to ensure your new nation's prosperity is probably not the best place to rest your policy on. So that needs some rethought, I think, and maybe they need to address it. But again, I know these people, and I know they're people of integrity, and so I thought I would offer that because I think it's important. I'm getting lots of calls in regards to it, messages. So I thought I would address it. I couldn't do it in 2 minutes, as you can see, but I did it in whatever, 10 minutes. So that's it. Any questions, Ron? Feel free to contact me. And same goes for Dennis, Chris, and Roger. If you want to discuss this as well, I'm more than happy to do that. So, anyways, ciao for now. Globalism bad, nationalism good. Thanks, Laura Lynn. Laura Lynn was a camera person for the first time in her life. She did a pretty good job, I think. It's maybe a little bouncy at times, maybe a little shaky, but she did pretty good. Yeah. All right. Thanks, Laura Lynn. Okay. Ciao. Get it?
How do you turn that on? And tap that.